Certus Assault. Now this is slightly different to Certus Major. Or it's slightly bigger. Like Certus Major is just, it's kind of cut off around about here. I think it is. So you can't get up there. There's no extra things around. So it is slightly bigger. And you've got the extra things around the edge. Anyway, let us do the, wait, I've already done this. Yes, I have. Introduction of the teams. We have the red team as team number 1 today. Team 2 is blue down the bottom. And first off, for the red team up on the top section in Burgundy, it is Adamus. Adamus is UEF, got his factory there and starting on his mixers. Beside Adamus, also UEF, it is Alan Natakov. And old Natakov is also UEF in the yellow color. Beside Natakov, further down here, it is Shakti. Shakti is Aeon, Shakti is orange, Shakti is building pigeons because reclaim. There is so much reclaim on this map. Look at it all. All that reclaim to be had. You really want power. Anyway, finally, for team number 2 down here in the red color, it is Zarjay. Zarjay is Cybran. And as mentioned, he's red. Team number 2. First off down here, team number 2 in the blue color, it is Leek. Leek is leaking all sorts of things, but he's UEF anyway. Besides Leek, Cybran, Cyan, Yellow Noob. Not looking very yellow over there, but he is working on his hydro. Beside him, another UEF, it is Furkotia. Furkotia? Furko, probably. Anyway, and finally, team number 2, last player, up here in the blue, light blue, it is another UEF, Tossum. Tossum? Terms of service, IMB? I don't know. That's what it is. So, Certus Assault in the middle, instead of having some T1, it's actually got some shields up as well now. Got some flak, got some T2 radar, still got the standard T1 PD all around the place. So you can still send some IDs up this way, knock out the T1 PD and do a reclaim, especially on that quantum gateway, and have a grand old time. But that's neither here nor there, because these guys, well, they will. I know these guys. Somebody's going to go for that mid. But already walking up very far forward is Adamus. He's decided he wants to get right up there. And he wants to look at getting some of the reclaim or getting a position. No, he's going right up here with his comm. He wants to claim this area for his own. It's a bit of a choke point, so I kind of get it. If you can hold that, you'd be great, but you're going to get pressure from all sorts of directions. 1, 2, 3, and even 4 if you're not careful and your teammate doesn't help and block out this area. So, bold move, but he's definitely going for it with his comm way up front. On the other side of the map, the only units that are going forward is a scout and a tank. That's it. A scout and a tank. Job done. Apparently, that's all they're going on for there. Let's see. 2 mixes each. 2 mixes each. That's nicely split by those guys. And your first scouts coming on over. Scouts flying over the AA is a terrible idea. They're going to get very little intel aside from, hey, I died. That's all they got. I died. A more effective scout coming over from team number 2. These guys are actually going to get on through and have a gander at informational stuff. Radio. Nikov sitting in his base getting upgrades. He's plenty of mass to do it, so he's going to go for some early eco on that front. Some eco up there as well. T1 massacre going up. Plenty of factories to join in. That is because over here this commander from Adamus is now doing the reclaim shuffle. Wants a patrol order. Now he's just doing all that, getting as many rocks as he can. Be better off slapping down a factory and getting engineers to do that. And then maybe getting an upgrade on the comm because companies are coming. So plus some units on the ground are going to say hello, but hello again, Victoria. Looking to get up here and reclaim these buildings. They're not very big. Give it a little bit of mass, but not that much to be honest. That's okay. Sensor upgrade. Don't often see sensor upgrade as the first one. But Shakti wants to get some information and know what is happening. Down on the bottom side here, it is Zar go for some unit spam, just wanting to hold the line on that front. One is asking for power because he hasn't built any of his own. Yes, he has. Interesting. Ah, there we go. T2 upgrade on the land factory for him. So, slightly quieter start. I do want to see how those sensors go. I do want to see just how much range those give. So we're just going to watch that for a little moment. He is absolutely running out of power. Sensors. Pink. That's actually pretty decent. And that's Omni, so no hiding from that. Okay, up the top. It is Adamus with no support whatsoever, still happily reclaiming away. And, well, he wants to move away. Now, he's got a commander in his face, he's got units over this way, and... oh yeah, he needs to go. And he needs to bring these up pronto, because he is going to get overwhelmed very shortly. I'm hearing fighting somewhere else. Oh yeah. Down here, sorry, opposite side, so we've got fighting going on down here. This is Zar trying to push up but being repulsed by a bunch of strikers. Some dodging, twisting and turning going on. These guys having a fairly equal battle over this side, but I think the UEF forces are going to come out on top. Only a few mantis left on there, but up this direction it is... Adamus was looking pretty hurt there, but he's... Tolson has decided to fall back rather than face what is coming his way. Maybe he's going to think about an upgrade, not sure, but here we go. This is Rikoyo, who's actually from Team 1. His command is all the way over the other side of the map. Very much farther ahead, so that is... oh, that is Alan. Not scooching on up with his commander and yielding territory for no particular reason as far as I can tell. But he needs to move his butt forward. You see that over here is exactly what Shakti has done. He's got gun upgrade, range upgrade, so sensors to see and range to be able to shoot things. He'll know what he's walking into or out of. Gonna have a good thing there, but look at the unit spam coming in from Zar. Really wants to spam those units out onto the front here, but trickling in, facing off a solid line of units. Not terribly good. Engineer wanders on forwards for some unknown reason. Decides to commit Sudoku and joins the Rex on the ground. Commander though, Leek has moved up with his comm, and that's going to be a very, very useful thing because he was going to lose that battle very heavily without the commander being there to support. But where is... well, Zar's comes back here, not doing a heck of a lot. Either get a gun upgrade, get it on front, or start doing something with it. It is build power. Okay. This is Shakti moving up on this side, and maybe he wants to go kill these, and then he can think about moving up here and getting some reclaim perhaps. These T1 arties have finished the job of killing off the point defense for him, so you can now move up here and get some of that reclaim if he so desires. But down this direction, this is great. From Zar, absolute unit, mosh pit. And I was going to say there are some units in support behind Leek, but there aren't. These are all engineers directly behind him, and he's got to fall back. This is a dangerous amount of units for a commander to be facing off against. Does not want to stay sitting there for too much longer. Has got some supporting units coming in, but no, he should be okay. I imagine the commander plus those units should be alright. Yeah, no, he's got no range, but there are more units streaming in all the time. Zar, just look at the factory spam. And it is 100% on the way. In the middle though, this is Yellow Noob. Yellow Noob with his comm, he is trying to get as much of the reclaim as possible. Plenty of engineers. And look at the T1 RD getting worked on over here. He's taking out the point defense, and he will be able to get in there very shortly. Cerberus turret going up. He wants that reclaim and he's going for it. Back down this side though, the unit spam continues. Leek needs to be cautious with this comm. He's caught out without too much units in support. He's going to have a terrible time because it's just a constant stream coming from Zar. Let's have a quick look at the other side of the map, and looks like it's gone a bit static over here. That is Adamus has fallen back, grabbing TT on his commander. We have Gun on Tosum. So Tosum is pushing up with his commander with Gun, and that's going to be warnings for Adamus. He can't stay there too long. It probably wants to cancel that. He's only just started it, really. 20%. Going to stand there for a minute while this comes in? No, not a great idea. In the middle. There we go. Yellow Noob all by himself. No competition at all. Oh, this is hilarious. Hostile civilian versus neutral civilian actually damages it. Hostile versus neutral civilian. Who would have thought? T3 PG going to go down? Was that a reclaimed mass extractor? Don't know. That one was. I think it was, but then it died to the PD. So, Yellow Noob claiming the midsection very much for himself. Over here, that's upgrade 75% done. There are too many units and a gun comm. I would not be sticking with that. 80% Lot of damage going down on the Damas here. He's standing still, tanking it to the face, determined to finish it off, but he's running out of units. And there's still an incredibly healthy gun commander. I think he's dead. Down into the red. 5 seconds to go on the upgrade. He's not even going to complete it, and that is dead Adamus. He needed to cancel that a lot sooner. That was stubborn to a fault. How is he 1200 ladder? And did that? Don't know. But everything has been handed over to his teammates Alan Natakov. Let's see what he can do. Well, what he can do is that a tech launcher? It looks like a tech launcher, but where's the... I don't know. I'm sure it was a tech missile, but I can't see the launch unless it's been control K'd. No idea. But here's the problem. Units now pushing in from Yellow Noob. No resistance whatsoever from either Alan or Shakti. They have just wandered straight on through and are now murdering out the eco. So, you know, great, you've got eco, but you haven't got the units to back it up, and now it is all getting absolutely ravaged. Nothing to slow these units down, and this is all very much dead. Same thing happening up in this direction. Well, then again, we did see Adamus stubbornly stand and die. All of that, the only person who's made some progress is actually down this end for team number 1. That is Zar with a huge wave of red. Commander coming on up, no upgrades on there. Maybe wants to consider it. This is Shakti. Shakti, I'm not sure how he's surprised by this coming in. He had his commander with a sensor upgrade sitting up on here. That is a bit of a miss trick, I feel like. And now, E2 mix is under threat. We've already lost a whole bunch of them here, but finally, I think that one's going to survive. Yes, it is. Got a commander doing his thing. Got some T2 PD and some T1 PD. But losing all 4 of those. And hello, tech missile. There it is. Tech launcher up from Yellow Noob. That's going to start picking off many more mixes. All these ones are exposed. I'll say there's some TMD there from Shakti. He's got a bit of defense. Wants to slap up another one. There we go. Nice and quick. But still, nonetheless, up the top, this is Tossum pushing up with Leak. Leak's command. Sorry. Leak and Fukutoya. Tossum and Fukutoya. Leak's down the bottom. T2 artillery from Fukutoya. That's going to be a bit of a pain in the buttocks. But down here, this is Leak actually struggling against the unit swarm coming in from Zar, whose comm is there as well. Plenty of units coming through, and that's a problem for Leak. He's going to need some help very shortly in the form of some kind of unit spam. Look at this. Not great. Health is going to plummet right on down. He needs to do something. These need to stop making that and start making point defense, because Leak has got issues. Units are coming on in though. That is a loyalist. So Yellow Noob with T3 land is sending some loyalists over to assist, and boy does Leak need that assistance. And loyalists are just what the doctor ordered to help clean out these T1 units. 100% he needed that. What was that? That T3 was mobile artillery. Hoping to kill off the units, but my oh my. Leak was saved by Yellow Noob there. Needed that support. Absolutely needed that support of the critical. Still holding on to the middle though. He's got, well, he did have a factory, but the factory either got control K'd or died from, probably control K actually. I think it was just a little bit far away from that to die from a single explosion. At the top though, what are we looking at here? We're looking at another T1 rampage. Some T1 RT is lobbing the shells down onto this mass extractor. That's going to be a bad time. T2 artillery from back here. That's got some decent range to it. How far are we looking? Oh, that's bad. That is bad, because that is his T3 HQ. That's his power. That's some TMD. Last thing he wants is this bank of T2 RT to go up, because it will be able to dominate all of this. And that is the thing you simply cannot afford to lose. At all. Units trying to sneak down this way. There's some T2 point defense holding that though. Janus bringing us fire of doom all over the place. really wants to focus on here with all these engineers. We have a grand old time. That tech launch is still having to go at things, though there is Team D around the place now to slow that off. Down here we see Tsar's been forced to fall back. That his spam days are over, because T3 is on the field and Loyalists will just carve up that all day, every day. There is some T2 in the mix though. We see some Rhinos and some Rocket Bots. That is a good little mix flicking on there, but he's going to want to get into the T3 game he has. And he's putting out Fire Beetles. Gonna need some more Team D though, because there's attack missiles coming in from here. That is Yellow Noob still trying to get things done, but there's more Team D. I could probably kill off these ones near the edge though. It is Cyber and Team D, so every time you shoot it, it splits. Could fire a couple of missiles off and probably be able to kill that. Up here, Ooh, Titans are pushing, and Frikatoya still on the regen. He's got some Triads, and if he overcharges it would be much better. Surely he's got overcharge, right? He does. But he doesn't have power. And now the Titans can move up and just start killing things off. Gonna bomb his own stuff, kill his own engineer with a Janus. Nope, that was a friendly fire from the Janus. Victor can't really blow it around though. He doesn't have much of the way of PD on the ground to slow those Titans down. Units have come in from Tossum to try and relieve some of the pressure. They have done exactly that. And that gives Victoria a chance to drop on back. Maybe he wants to think about some more T1 PD. Nope, he's sticking with the T2. Nope, change his mind, go for T1. T1 is the right option. Thanks. That was friendly fire, right? That was friendly fire. Oh, this is kind of problematic for Victoria. He's not particularly healthy. He doesn't have gun. He does have gun, actually. So, still, overcharge is what he needs, and that Janus is just indiscriminately killing everything belonging to Victoria. It's fire. Fire kills everything. But this is a problem for Victoria. He is getting pressured by these Titans heavily, and gets a rank of veterancy there, which is going to help him with that. I think he'll be okay, but have a look. Honestly, what are these Janus doing? Not sure if they've done more harm or help, but either way, that's the end of the T2 artillery. Now, it's exactly what those Titans were for. Could not afford to leave those alive to do that, but up there, more T2 artillery. This is from Dossum, and these are going to start lobbing the shells off down here. They can kill off the shields perhaps, start killing off the eco. Not going to be a grand old time. Alright, down on the bottom, and it is time for the T2 versus T3. For Spin Loyalisti, they have the EMP blast on their death, and that stuns all nearby units for a short time. But there's more units back here, and Loyalists as well actually. So Tsar into the T3 game as well. Here's a little bit of 2v1 over there, but that's alright, he should be able to handle that. Killing off all of those. Engineers are in the mix doing a reclaim in the midst of the army. Good times. Midsection is still under control by Yellow Noob. Getting some T1 PD down. He is building up these mixes. That's going T2 there, getting some items around it. And now we're seeing T3 artillery. Watch that shell land on nothing. Because Cyber artillery is totally accurate. Although there's another shell, looks a little bit more promising. There we go, mix down. But it's all going on up here at the moment. Titans are ravaging their way through the back of the bases here. Nothing to slow them down at this stage. Some Janus are still floating around overhead, but they are doing, like I say, not a lot. It seems like every time they go to drop their bombs, Totem is manually changing their direction, so the bombs go everywhere except over the intended target. This has given the effect of the Janus killing indiscriminately. Loyalists out from Yellow Noob, so Yellow Noob once again coming into support. Lanes burning everything, and that is Frikatoya with his comm. He has the gun upgrade, he has more power production. I would hope to be able to overcharge more often. He does, and plenty of storage. We'll be fine for cleaning those up. ASFs are overhead as well, keeping a good tab on things. Up this direction, the T2 artillery from Tossum have made grounds over here. They've killed off the shield generators. There's one more going back on up, but it's gonna last long if it goes down. These and they're gonna be T3 and T2 mixes in danger. Here come the loyalists. Here come the Titans. I wonder if there are enough to push this. There's a bunch of T1 PD going down. There's some T2 PD around behind it. A Ravager starting to go up, but here they come. And it's a lot of them. We're going to be able to mow down the point defense pretty down quickly, and there's not going to be much left to stop them. T1 PD down, engineers are going to die. Point defense is dead, and what is left to stop the loyalists? Basically nothing. They can hang around and kill all of us, maybe even the commander. As soon as that shield goes, there's some more T1 PD over here they don't want to wander too close to. And there we have it. Kill off all the build power, kill off the T2 artillery. I think their focus is on T2 artillery. Ravager does go up. And the T1 PD behind. This is probably the wrong side. The loyalists Titans don't want to go over this side. And they're going to have a bad time. But they have killed off the T2 arty, which was probably the main concern there. Destroy the arty and give a chance to rebuild some defenses over there and carrying on. Job's done, time to go. Let's go find some other targets. Right. Titans are good. Loyalists up here with some anti-air, they're all good. What have we got going on? More point defense in the middle there, single T3 arty doing its thing. And an experimental monkey built by Yellow Noob, so he has definitely not been idle. Over this direction, we bit of a stall over here. We've got bricks, we've got loyalists, it's all... Well, they're letting the reclaim happen. Don't want to do that. You want to grab the reclaim for yourselves. Bank of trays down here from Leak. Be dangerous to push into with anything but T3. Monkey still sitting still. Titans still killing Eco from behind things. And Jane is still doing Janus things, and honestly don't know what's doing, but bricks will dominate Titans unless the Titans can get behind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's manual with the Janus, like starts firing and then changes direction to throw bombs left, right and centre, but is what it is, does what it does. But now the Titans have to run away. It's annoying me. It needs to be square. There we go. Better. Right. Up they go. Going to finish off that. Has managed to rebuild some PD back here. Nope. Some more Ravagers going on up. Bottom section. There's the monkey. Monkey is on the way towards the bottom, and these guys need to be a bit careful. I hear the scuttling. I hear the scuttling of the fire beetles. I cannot see them though for the life of me. No, they're in there somewhere. No, I can't see them. That's fine. There's a bunch of them up here actually. All sitting there all cloaked up, ready to go. We'll see how that goes, because they're going to need them once this comes up. I don't think a monkey's got Omni, so I don't think... No, it doesn't. So it's not actually going to be able to see those beetles, before they get in range and detonate upon it. But Titans, so many ranks of illiteracy on these guys. They've done a great job, but they are pinned up against the wall, stuck between bricks and loyalists. They're like a rock and a hard place, and they are just going to get mowed on down. Monkey does not have radar on a sonar, I don't think. No, has sonar. This seems weird. So it can see all of that. Question is, can it see any of the... Is that there? I can actually. So they're not invisible to radar. Here they come. Radar signatures not being focused on, and boom boom boom, the damage is happening. And the push is going on. The good old sideways laser doing nothing. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Of course, fire beetles, they're not what they once were. They've been given cloaking, but their damage has been reduced a huge amount. Yeah, so they're just cloaked. No visual. No visuals. But yeah, can still be seen on radar. So if you've got radar, they will be spotted. They do a lot less damage though. If we have a look at one. Now when they explode, they do 1100 damage. It used to be a lot more. But now it's just 1100. So Monkey is half dead, pushing on up, and it's got some supporting titans over this direction. Lola should be able to take care of those, and more fire beaters coming on in. Monkey is focusing on other stuff. Kaboom, kaboom. So you need, what, 40 odd scarabs. 41 scarabs? 41 scarabs to kill a monkey. So they only do 1100 damage now instead of the amount they did before, and that would need to kill none of them to do so. Air battle? Not quite. Almost an air battle. Shakti with his ASFs didn't quite engage with Prokatoyas, and this midsection now, it seems like he got a bit tired of that happening. We have mobile T3 artillery doing its thing. Shells are dropping off, and this is going to be painful should they land on any of these. Crunch. Look this direction. This is a spot that helps him as holding. He's just got himself a little forward base up the front there. Not so bad, but the monkey is the key thing here. It is now romping through Tsar's base. The Tsar's commander himself has decided, I don't want to be there. A very wise idea. We have some Corsairs trying to do things. Monkey's killing as much eco as possible. Rickadoon's up to do some extra damage, but the Corsairs can do the majority of it. Here they go, and an air fight overhead. This might be ill-advised from Prokatoy. He's sending his ASFs into a region where there is ASFs and anti-air, trying to take down the Corsairs. Of course, they want to keep the monkey alive if possible to do a bunch of extra damage, but the air engage has been decent from Shakti, and that should be an air win by the look of it. Yes, indeed, the ASFs have been depleted for Prokatoy, and the monkey is still going to die. 4 ranks of veterancy, killed off 40,000 mass. So destroyed twice as much mass as what it cost to build, and leaves a wreck with only 14,000. I think that was probably effective. But has basically taken Tsar out of the game for now. He has no power, living off his teammates' power, and he still has Titan issues down there. He desperately needs power to try and make use of the mass that he's got. Right, I'm hearing gunships. Right, Spectre gunships coming over. They're going to have a go at the Titans. Pretty much all they can do is just slowly whittle them down. All CS are making another run. Titans should be decimated from that. There's bricks. A lot of bricks from Yellow Noob. Massive amount of bricks here. Going to want to get some AA supporting those very quickly, because at the moment Shakti owns the skies with his ASFs. Have a quick count on those after that air engage. Shakti is running 62 ASFs, and I think Prokatoy is the only one with them on team number 2. He's got, is that 18? He's got like a third of the ASFs. So very much behind on air, but what they do have... What is he building to? No, he's not building that one. Does have a decent air grid. And they seem to be rushing the SMD. Is there something they know that I don't? Well, that's why they're rushing the SMD, because he's a bloody well nuke. So, Alan Nadagov has a nuke launcher. He desperately needs power though, so he spams up another T3 PG. See how quickly that went up. Oh my wordy. Very fast indeed. We're having power problems? Yes and no. Certainly has power issues when he assists his air factory. So, yeah, there we go. Another reactor. Exactly what he needs, and then he can focus on that. Up this direction, this is SMD going up with Tosim. Honestly, that's a little bit too late. The nuke launcher is already built. It is halfway loaded. We have a look down this direction. The only person with a... Okay, he's going to be fine. Yellow Noob will be fine. He's going to be able to finish off his nuke defense. It's going to get loaded before that nuke does. But down here, engineers grabbing all the reclaim for team number 2. You don't want this to happen. They're just NGs. There's no units. Outcome of Spectres though, that is going to be good. They can start thinking about cleaning up those NGs and keeping the reclaim out of their hands. Plenty of air to assist and keep that out of the way. That's the air grids actually. Air grid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. factories for Shakti versus the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Katoya is scaling up his air production. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 air factories and more coming. So he hasn't stopped building his radar. Sorry, radar. He hasn't stopped building his air grid. And to good effect. Here comes. I think he needs to throw some assistance on that. It's going really slowly. And he definitely needs to get his air game up. Hello, Strats. Being sent up the top corner here, and they are also sovereign. I think he's got the stealth toggled on for all of them. They come off the production line and stealth gets turned on. So wanting to keep them out of sight, out of mind. Hello, drop. I was about to say they could come over this way and they could look at killing off Tossum, who's sitting up front with his comm ready to die. But this drop right here is full of bricks. They're going to get a whole lot done. There's some stealth on top of that as well. It has been pinged, they do know about it, and what better reason to get your stealth bombers into the game is to kill off this. ASF swarm coming, you want to get them on the ground as a continental, but it doesn't last that long. A little bit too greedy on that transport, trying to get it right on, and perhaps he wanted to drop it as close as possible to the nuke to take it out. Didn't quite succeed. Now it's just a gift of 6,000 mass from the Percivals that were sitting on top of it. Unlucky. And still the air posturing continues, but Shakti still ahead for the moment in the air count. 108 ASFs versus the 73, so Fukuto is actually kind of caught up on that front. These coming, knows something has to be up, is trying to draw them over Sam's, which he sort of done, but now they're getting chased off the edge of the map. Is this a mistake? Ah, lots of Sam's over here. That is going to be a good place to have an air fight. The problem is, while you're having the air fight, what's happening? Strats are happening. They're coming down. This is Yellow Noob. Strats are coming for him. The SMD goes down. Only loaded the SMD, but there's enough stress here to finish off everybody. Go for somebody else. Find a target. Don't worry about the SMD. Just kill Yellow Noob. And indeed, they're going for him now. Boom, boom, boom. Yellow Noob's going to go down out of the game, killed by the stress from Alan Narkov. And they're going to pick up another target. He's got enough stress to go for somebody else. There is Furkatoya's right here under a T2 shield gen. Nuke is going out, and this is a great place to put it. There's going to be a lot of build power, a lot of eco is going to die there. The strats are going for Furkatoya. There's not too many of them left though. Not going to get their bombs away as much, but he's still going to take some damage. It's off. Not a lot, but the nuke is going to land, and this is going to be a massive chunk out of the middle here. Watch the eco. Boomski. Look at all of that. Bunch of T3 PGens, some T3 mixes, plenty of mass fabs around them. A good nuke taking out a big chunk in the heart of Team 2's eco. This SMD is loading faster. Up here though, this is a Fat Boy just about done for Tosum. Fat Boy's actually done. It's going to be able to start doing things, but how many more strats have we got? We've got 1, 2, another 7 up here. They might be able to find themselves another target. Maybe that target should be a Fat Boy. Who knows? 866 to 683. That is a decent chunk. Wait, we're looking at the same. We're looking at these? Because that's Team 1, which is these guys. That's Team 2. That's Team 2. The 1.1k, that was them. I think they're up to like 1.4. Strats are on the way, but they're going for a different target. They're not going Tosum. They're flying right past all of this. They're getting picked off by a bunch of Sams. Oh, Berkdor in specific? Yep, okay, fair enough. It works. But basically 200 mass dropped. Have the stress being spotted. Is anybody pinging those up? Well, I thought they had their stealth on. There must be Omni around somewhere, but they are going straight for Furkatoya. Look at that. He is out in the open, not under any shields. I don't think he's getting away from this. Cyber and strats are very difficult to dodge. Kaboom! Furkatoya drops out of the game. And it's just the two, I guess you could say, lower rated players left, but they do have a fat boy, they do have a bunch of loyalists, plenty of defensiveness there. Tosin also has shield on his comm, so he's got on the shields, with shields and stealth. Don't know why the stealth, I know he's there. Let's see, we've got some T2 Spectres, gunships coming in, they want to try and deal to that fat boy. Got some AA around, but SAMs are a bit slower to kill the Spectres, owing to the fact that SAM's generally a single target. They could do a better job, but the shield is about to drop on the fat boy, maybe not. Could do with a few more strats, if you know what I mean, to take care of that. Units down here, holy mother of crab, fat boy, bricks, anti-air. It is time to grab all of this and move on up, not sit still in range of mobile T3RD. Because that will just gradually kill you all day, every day. The shells land on down, do some extra damage, kill off some units that are sitting still. Now the movement happens. This army is ready to push, and it's going to be a struggle to stop. The strats are coming in, they're going for Tosin. Tosin though, shields on the commander, plenty of SAMs around. The strats don't get a second pass with all the SAMs that are in residence. Very hardy, the extra shielding on that. So the thing is with ladder, you got to kill the eco. You can't just kill the commanders unless you're going to kill all the commanders, because now those strats have been used up trying to kill Tosin, who's very much alive, and they're facing up against two fat boys, a crab, and a swarm of bricks. Here they come. How's that nuke launching? Oh, the nuke is very close to going out. Could go for up here. It could go for basically anywhere. None of the SMDs are loaded. But that is the least of their problems. Their problems are the facing of an experimental down here. The fat boy should die. There we go. Percival's take care of that. They're facing up against a bunch of their own though. And down this direction. Down this direction. It is the crab, the fat boy, and it is the defensive nuke sitting there point blank. Gonna take out the fat boy. Maybe take out a bunch of the units. The crab is moving though, and it's gonna survive. Could take a bit of damage, but unfortunately that is just going to be not even. That nuke needs to be a little bit further back. The bricks are not to be ignored either. There's enough here to basically be an experimental, and they are about to wander through this, basically everything. Victor's trying to do work there. ASFs come over in from Leak. They want to try and keep the airs clear. ASFs are in the region from Shakti. There should be a nice little air battle going on this front, but that's actually going to be, well, massively problematic. There goes the mass reclaim orders. Slurping that. Look at that. The bricks get reclaimed out of existence by the hordes of hives, and that is leaving just the megalith, but there's not much to stop the megalith. All the air is gone, no spectres left, and now it is facing off against some T2 PD. Going to take a long time to chunk through that health, and in the meantime the crab is going to obliterate all of this within range. Over on the side here, it is the March of the Titans coming in to clean up the air grid, knocking out all this T3 power. Standing beside it is a terrible idea. When it explodes, Titans die, just like that. But there's been so much damage now, the air grid is basically done. T1 PD was spammed up, there's still more Titans coming on in, and there is nothing left. The HQ is here, not going to last long. At this rate, the Titans can swing on over and destroy that. Power gone, still one left. Titans are cleaning up this front, and it is Shakti at the back with his comm. He's not going to last too much longer. Strap Bomber comes in to try and do some work, but chased by some ASFs, going to get knocked out of the sky. We're going to see Shakti die. The crab is dead. The crab did die. What glitch is that? Some kind of visual glitch, I don't know, but the crab died. Not that it's going to matter too much, because Shakti is about to pop 100 health. Boomski! That is the end of Shakti, down by the leak. All that's left down here now, there is Zar with his commander and nothing else to his name, literally. Actually, I'll take it back. He's got a few interceptors, but he's got no eco. And that is a counter nuke somewhere down here. So there's Leak. built his own nuke launcher, and this is going to slap itself down in the middle of the base here. Nothing to really stop that, and we see Alan, Nakatov and Tsar standing together. Nadukov not waiting for the nuke. He decides to control K out. A wee bit rude, to be honest. But Boomski. Nuke lands. And that is a win for team number 2.